Okay, so I have the photograph that I want to use for this project. And I got this photo, I just came to File, to Place, and placed the photo onto the project. Now, it is of the portrait. The portrait is facing pretty much head on. And again, the size isn't going to matter so much. Illustrator vector art is resolution independent. So at the very end, you'll be able to change it around however you'd like to. So I have this image right in here, and I wanted to change the size of my artboard, I could do that as well. Now, this is the change the artboard size, so I could make it a little bit larger, bring it on in, crop it on up. Now, whatever is hanging over the side, try not to let that bother you. Again, the image will be gone at the end. So we click, we're all done. Now what I want to do is I want to just dedicate this layer to the image, and I'm going to actually name it image. And if I'd like to, I could turn it into a template, and then it would dim the image, and there we have it. Now I could also double click if I don't want to do that, right? I can change that on up and, just instead keep it as an image and lock it, and start to work on a new layer for the face. Now, what I want to do to begin is I'm going to actually figure out the color palette. And I'm going to start with an image for the hair. I'm going to start with about 5 colors, and I want to think about the midtones, the highlights, and the shadows. So I'm going to come on in, and I'm going to come to my eyedropper, and I'm going to select. I'm going to move this color on over, and what I want to do right now is turn that into one of my swatches. Okay, so here goes. Now I'm going to make a color library just for this image. So I'm going to make a new color group, and I'm going to name it Theo. That's the name of the young man who's in this portrait. So I'm going to add this color swatch right in, color swatch number 1. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to get some highlights and some shadows. Now I could come in and sample as well and see that I have these 2 colors right in there. I definitely like that one. I'm going to add that one on in, hit OK. Now I wanted this one down in this part right here, so I can always drag it and drop it on in. You can see these colors are actually pretty similar. So from here though, what I want to do is add some colors that are lighter and darker than these tones in here. So I'm going to open up my color guide, and the color guide really is an amazing tool because we can come on in and we can look at tints and shades of a color. So I can come on in right here, and I'm going to click on to this one right here. I'm going to add that color on in, and then we're going to come on in and we're going to get a shadow as well. We'll add this one. Now we're limiting the color just a little bit, again, making sure that the file is highlighted in order to get that to go. So we have this right in here. We can come on in to the hair. New color for the hair. And I can get some highlights for the hair as well. All right, so I'm going to start with those colors right in there. Now, what else I could do, sometimes it's kind of nice to come on in and just create a bunch of rectangles that have your color palette as well. And grabbing my black arrow. Now what's really amazing too is if you hold down the Option key, you can duplicate a shape, hold down Shift, move it on over. Do the same, hold down Option, hold down Shift, move it on over. Okay, I'm going to select all 3 of these, edit, copy, edit, paste in front. I'm going to hold down Shift, move these ones all over, and then I'm going to add these colors on in. So I'm going to click here, add my dark, come to this one. I'm going to add the dark of the skin. It's always interesting Color is really cool because it makes sense based on what it is around. And I have this color, and then I have this more pink of a skin tone. So now that we have an idea for our beginning color palette, we're going to start working with the pen tool and creating the shapes for the face. I'll start doing that in the next video. Thanks so much.